Welcome back to Simply Trade Tips with Hammer and Heels, or better known as Renee and Julie. As always, we're going to leave you with a call to action, or what we also call FIO, figure it out, Julie's term, in 5 minutes or less. So this is our last episode in the series of Tariff Chaos. We've done 5 previous episodes. One's on tips for networking. 2 is organizing the chaos. 3 is tips for working in the sanity. 4, tips for how to not waste a good crisis. That's a good one. 5, tariff globalization. And then, of course, today we're going to do 6, which is tariff communications. So hello, Julie. How are you? Welcome.
I am good, Renee. So glad to be here with you today.
So let's get into it. Tariff communications. What do you think we should tell our folks?
I think there's kind of like a framing that you do when you're communicating on tariffs. And I think the first path is you have to identify who you need to communicate with. So Renee, like how would folks kind of go about that comms path, identifying who you need to communicate with and how you need to communicate?
Well, I mean, I think a few steps would be like, hey, do I have a committee or a task force? Do I have newsletters? Are there staff meetings I can join in? Do I have a direct line to some executive folks in the organization?
Right. And I also think too on that, making sure that your trade committee is engaged or the people that you're communicating with know that these communications are coming as well will help them go a long way in interpreting what you're saying. So the second thing is you got to understand how your audience wants to be communicated with. So what's the cadence of your communications? So depending on who you're sending the information to, it might be your board to help them understand what the impact is of the tariffs. Renee, any thoughts for folks on how they can work through that cadence?
I mean, with the tariff chaos that we're in, it's probably like weekly. When you and I started in the business, when we were young, maybe it was quarterly, maybe it was monthly. But I mean, at this point, I think we almost have to do it weekly. It probably brings down the what I call tariff fatigue, right? If you're getting information weekly, or, especially your executive leadership is like, okay, they're on it. They're working on it. They're keeping tabs, right? But of course, it's up to your company culture.
And I think too, making sure that you put your ask in. So this isn't all about the Global Trade Department making mitigations happen amazingly. Maybe you want to call out and take the opportunity to call out other functional support mechanisms, like finance is supporting the value on steel and aluminum, maybe. Maybe you've got your supply chain department helping you with solicitations and qualifications for USMCA, or on origin of aluminum and steel. So all those things, make sure that you're getting other departments involved and calling them out. So today, our call to action, our figure it out piece, is for you to take away and identify the comms path for your particular piece. So perhaps it's been a very ad hoc, maybe it's been an email. You want to think about identifying a way where it can be more consistent in a more standard form. So take that action, you guys. And I also think too, Renee, maybe referring folks back to episode 6, which is episode 5 on the tariff chaos just in general, to show the notes for all of the pieces that you guys can garner in your communications.
That's awesome. Great points, Julie. And by the way, get to our Trade Geeks community and let us know what you're doing with your FIO. All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you.